We have one more quarterback to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
If this quarterback had a podcast, which I think he'd be probably pretty good at, maybe he does have one. I don't think so.
Don't they all
they
now?
They might call it Unbuttoned too, because I feel like that's the way he talks already. Your number 15 quarterback is
Baker Mayfield. You're right. He does talk a lot like me. He's got a dirty mouth. You got an edge about him. You talk about a guy who can lead and show grit and have an effect on your football team right there, where I'd give him an advantage of maybe over some of the guys we talked about today, right? There's no doubt about that. Right? To then take over for Tom Brady and then just go to the playoffs, right? Like, whoa. And then, win a game and Tom Brady got blown out in a wild card game the year before. All of that, is impressive. Let me just say, that's the GOAT. He replaced the GOAT and said, I'll one-up you, GOAT, as you leave. I mean, there was expectations, his career on the line, all of that. As we said last year, and I think we've said years before, he is a starting quarterback in the NFL, and he's a damn good one. He is. And there's still more to improve on, like we've talked about here. That's where we are. But, I mean, leadership, he's what you want as a starting quarterback. His ability to throw the ball and handle big moments, I think, is what you want too. I mean, he's fearless. And if there was a negative, sometimes it's a little too fearless, right? That would be it. But I think this year, he found the happy medium about week 8 or 9, somewhere in there, to go, wait, this is aggressive. This is aggressively stupid, right? This is not right. Let me find the fine line here. But still can make game-changing throws. You can call plays in the offense and be aggressive and not have to worry about, I don't know if he can throw this or do that, right? He is the type of guy, like I was talking about Brock Purdy. He might be getting ready to throw the deep crosser and then go, wait, the post is open, and he'll throw the post as he's, literally in the middle of throwing the deep crosser, right? But he can be too aggressive. He can lock onto the first receiver too much. Okay, that would be the one thing I would say. And then for 2024, he is a below average mover and runner. That is why Baker would be where he is right now. But damn, how could you not like the year Baker had and the obstacles he had to overcome, betting on himself, and of course he's still a damn good quarterback on top of that.
He was awesome. So this year will be his 7th in the league. Still just 29 years old. Turned 29 in April. Had a career high 4,000 passing yards, 28 touchdowns. Career high in completion percentage last year when he had a quarterback rating of 100 or above. Team was 5-1, so he was able to carry that team. And I was just looking through his game logs just now.
Yeah,
he only had 2 games where he had multiple interceptions. One was late in the year against the Saints. He had 2.
Yeah,
and then the Lions playoff game.
Oh, the Lions playoff game,
and that came right at the end too. And they had to Derek Barnes interception right at the end there. Right. So he took care of the ball. 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So statistically and what it looked like on the field, this is Baker Mayfield. I don't know. I mean,
I thought you were going to say the Carolina. The Carolina game is one game I remember watching a few weeks ago where he threw some errant passes, but I think they dropped them all. But either way, yes.
Carolina, he was under 50% completion percentage. In that game.
That was not his best game for sure. Right,
they won, right? But that's because it was Carolina. But I mean, looking at his career arc here, you've been very high on him in the past. He's had the injury history, tried to play through that,
got used against him, and then got let go for Deshaun Watson way too late in the game to where he basically had nowhere to go. It was either you can go to Carolina or you can go to Carolina. And he's like, oh, wait, I think I'll go to Carolina. Okay, sounds good.
So 2020 was probably his best year. The team was good. They were 11-5. And he had a quarterback rating of, it was very good.
Had the Chiefs on the ropes, I mean, in the divisional playoff game, if you remember. I mean, they probably could have won the game, probably should have won the game, outplayed the Chiefs.
But then he took a step back since then, injuries. But I think he's back to would you say favorably to what he was in 2020, you saw in 2023, if not better?
I do. And I think he's got everything you need to continue that growth there, and the fact that they believe in him, right? They play a style of football, I think, that fits him. Right, the defensive Todd Bowles likes the edge he brings to the football team that way, right? So, and like I said, he found that fine line, I think, of aggressive, but there still can be work done there, right? There still would be a lot of plays where I'd go, gosh, you threw that. He wasn't really open. I know he was the first read, and I'm all for giving a guy a chance, but that wasn't the time. Go to the second and third guy, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just that. Or every now and then, I can fit it in there, right? A little bit of that as well. Okay, so that's like some of the things he can improve on. You've heard me in years past, and still to this degree at times too, he can try to throw the ball too hard. Throwing the appropriate ball, as I went through all his throws, would be still something I go, you could get better at that. Like, the guy's 5 feet away, you don't have to throw at 400 miles per hour. And he's better at it, but it's still like some throws every game where I go, holy shit, like, don't throw it so hard, and he'll catch it, and he would have got 20 yards, right? I mean, stuff like that. But mad respect for Baker Mayfield. And, yeah, I think that he is a starting quarterback in the NFL, and a starting quarterback that, unlike some of the other guys, too, and stuff like that, like, hey, he can make throws and plays off schedule. He's not the best with people around him because he's not real big, but he plays bigger than Purdy and Tua in that sense of like, I'll still stand in there. I can still see Mike Evans coming across open the middle of the field. I'm still going to throw it, right?
Yeah.
He's got that on those guys in a big way.
In the conversation for toughest quarterback in the NFL.
Definitely.
We should do that ranking.
Mm-hmm. He'd be up there.
He'd be up there.
Baker Mayfield, though. Mad respect for Baker.
So we have some video of him throwing slow motion.
Yeah.
So slowing things down here, just to kind of take a good majestic look at that, at Baker Mayfield in a hat.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, turning the hips.
Yeah, that's all really good. In fact, that even looks a little tighter than it normally does.
There we go.
Maybe he's going to work on that a little bit.
To your point about him being able to lead a team, you know, last year it was Jason Light, their GM, saying that he's just a freaking awesome dude. The players saw it right away. He would go to the bar with the guys, organize all those trips, visits with the team, and then it probably played a part in Mike Evans coming back. You'd have to believe, right? If you didn't believe in the quarterback and the direction of the offense, even though Dave Canales is out, you got Liam Cohen in. Don't know a whole lot about him. Kind of came from McVay, that system,
right?
And then where was he?
Was he in Seattle last year? I want to say, was it Seattle?
I just forgot.
Yeah,
he was in Kentucky.
That was
That's
Kentucky.
Right.
That's
offensive
right.
coordinator and quarterbacks coach at Kentucky.
That's right.
Before that, so we'll see how things are different with him, but
not a terribly different system, I don't think.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be too different, right? I mean, Canales is rooted in McVay land, and Liam Cohen is rooted in McVay land. Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's going to be a drastic change to the offense, philosophically,
right?
And I do agree with you with Mike Evans. He's going, damn, hey, when I'm one-on-one and open, this Baker throws me the ball. I like him, right? So I don't think there's any doubt there. The Bucs, they're good. They got some talent. There's no doubt about it. Defense has got some talent coming up the ranks. There's a lot to be positive there. But yeah, Baker, tighten that motion a little bit, get off the first read a hair quicker. Those are the things I look at. But either way, the Bucs are a playoff caliber football team. We know that.
And that closes the book on the tier of So there's some questions. We got into those questions, but also talked about what made those guys great.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for watching, homies. You know it's the off-season, but there's no off-season with Chris Simms Unbuttoned. It's the NFL. It goes all year around, all right? So hit subscribe, please, to hear my thoughts on your favorite team, your favorite quarterback, and, hey, how this season might unfold as we get ready for the 2024 season. We got a better picture, clearer look now that the draft is over, free agency. We know who's playing quarterback for certain teams. So, again, thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. Check you out soon.